What is up? Welcome to the Positive Side Podcast. Jackter here. Beautiful Monday. Man, it's a great day. You know what's interesting? I was just thinking about this before the intro music turned off. And this is like a quick sales tip. Whenever you do sales and you're on the phone, always do it with a smile, or always stand up with a smile, because it does two things. It obviously gets you, if you're standing, it gets you energized, keeps you walking around. But the smiling, if you start it off with a smile, it's easier to keep that positive attitude. So, quick tip of the day from the positive side on the sales side. Always smile when you're on the phone, and even better if you can stand up, do that as well. But hey, man, I'd say what this podcast is doing awesome. It's just a lot of fun. I got two emails today. I got one voicemail today, another email today that just says, "Hey man, love the intro, outro, awesome, good money spent." I mean, come on, you can't get any better than that. These are the reasons why we keep going, right? Quick 5-star review on Facebook from my man Kenny Grider. Kenny from the '08, back in the day, good buddy of mine. I have known him for years and years and years. Great podcast, or great page and podcast from a really great guy. Thanks, Kenny. I have recommended to others. You should too. Absolutely, you should. And you should go on the Facebook page like Kenny did and give me that 5-star review. I like the page, first of all. Give me that 5-star review and leave a nice comment there. I'll read it on the podcast. Got quite a few to go through, but I'm trying to catch up with all of them. But man, nothing would make me happier to get more and more and more. Speaking of the Facebook page, I just put this quote out there today, and well, of course, I love it. I mean, like always. But I've got a buddy that's going through some tough times, and within his career, and then this quote came to me, and I just thought about it, and it made a lot of sense for what we're going to talk about today. It doesn't matter where you are in the book of life. Start a new chapter today. And we've all read books. I mean, I'm a big book reader. I've talked about that. Some of my favorite books. I'm reading a book right now. It's awesome. It's called American Serengeti. I don't want to get too far into it. It talks about all the animals that used to be in the Midwest or the far West, Great Plains. Awesome book, fascinating. But we've all read books where you start reading it and it's just, it's the same old story. It's chapter after chapter. There's bad things that happen, a couple good things that happen. But sometimes when you read a book, there's that one chapter that makes you just flip a switch and be like, damn, this book is good. Damn, this is awesome. And that's really what my buddy's going through right now with his life and his career. And I'm going to get into his, and hopefully I'm sure he's going to listen to this podcast, and I'm sure he'll know who I'm talking about. But if you've been doing the same thing for 10, 11 years, and you know that there's more out there, at what point do you decide to do it? I sent that out to the Monday Motivation list. If you're not on that, get on that. Go to jeremytodd.com, sign up for it. But you got to get started. I mean, today's a great day. And that's why I love Mondays, because Mondays you can start it over anytime you want. You can start over your career. You can start over your life. You can start over your health. It gives you a reset button. You get 52 reset buttons a year. And what we do is we find ourselves going through the same old, same old. But back to this book analogy. Start a new chapter. And your book is not finished writing until the day you go. How is your book going to read out? Are you going to have a bestseller? I mean, let's look at it that way. Is your book going to be a flop or a bestseller? Me, I want mine to be a bestseller. And my life has gone through the tragedy at the beginning, the rough ups and downs, blah, blah, blah. I've explained it, the bankruptcy, the tough growing up, whatever. It's made me who I am today. But then all of a sudden, boom, he gets this great job, and now he's making some money, and then all of a sudden, another chapter, boom, he's going to move 8.5 hours away south to where it's, for me, it's a little bit warmer. But it's another chapter in my life. And then now I'm doing the podcast. It's another chapter in my life, and I wonder where this part of the book is going to take me. It's like you're writing this book constantly. You don't know the finish yet, but what you have control over is how you go about your day-to-day business and end up writing your own personal book. The chapters don't have to be boring. They don't have to be the same old, same old. You can write a new chapter at any time in your life. I'd recommend you do it right now. Write a new chapter today. With my life, I've talked about, I'll get into this in a little bit, but with my life, I got some interview today at 5 o'clock. Again, dragging my feet, trying to find the right opportunity, because I don't want to just jump into it, because I know this is going to be another chapter in my life, and I don't want it to be a boring chapter. So I'm going to hopefully get a new job started. I'm shooting for June 1st, and I'll keep you posted. Again, I emailed out last week about what was going on. But that's what I'm shooting for. That's going to be the next chapter in my book of life. What is the chapter? What's your book reading out? What's the title of your book? Who's the author of your book? I mean, are you writing it or is someone else writing it for you? Are you working for yourself? Are you working for someone else? Who is in it? Who stars in your book? My family is all in my book. Obviously, that's what's raised me to the person I am today. That's built me. My kids, my wife. I mean, this is where my life is going to go. Where's your life going? What's that next chapter? Are you doing the same thing over and over and over? Did you try something and fail and not get that ultimate goal? What are you going to do about it? You're just going to close the book and say, we'll just continue to do the same thing? Or are you going to open up a new chapter in your life and take that risk, jump off, and try something new, something completely different? What I'm going to talk to my buddy is, and if he doesn't listen to this, well, if he does, it doesn't matter. He's going to get it twice. But I'm going to work on him just writing down the things that you love to do. If you don't love what you're doing now, and again, you may love it, but you know that there's no future in what you're doing. You want a bigger future, and that's what this book goes into. You want to have that big, bright future, the big ending for your book. You want to live happily ever after. But at some point in this book, things are going to get shaken up. And this is going to be the time in your life where you decide, my book is going to go this way, up, or it's going to go down, or it's going to continue to do the same thing over and over. Write down the things that you love to do. Let's start there. Let's be easy about it. What do you enjoy doing? And I understand some people say, well, I like cooking. Okay, well, become a chef. Do something like that. Do something you absolutely love to do. That makes your book a lot more interesting, a lot more exciting, a lot more fun because you have more passion. And when you have more passion in life, it's just more enjoyable. Life is so much more enjoyable when you have passion. So I'm going to tell him to write down the things that you love to do. And I don't want you to make any decisions about it right now. All I want you to do is write down the things that you love to do. And whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, 3 weeks from now, when you start writing this list out of things you really enjoy, you're going to start getting momentum and start feeling more positive about your life. You're going to say, well, I really enjoy doing this. Now, how can I make an income? How do I make a living at this? That's really one of the reasons we started this podcast, was because I enjoy doing this. I enjoy talking and motivating people and getting people pumped up and getting people unstuck in life and changing their lives. That's why I do this. This is my passion. What's your passion? Are you living your passion? If not, what are we going to do to get you that passion? You've got to make decisions. What's the rest of your book going to sound like? Are you going to have a bestseller, or are you going to have a flop? It's that easy. Black and white. Who's going to be in your book? The same negative people that have been in it over and over and over throughout your whole life? Or are you going to put new people, meet new people, exciting people? I mean, that's what people want to read about, and that's what you want to read about. Do you want to read your own book? How about that? Would you read your own book? Would you tell your story to your kids, your grandkids, your loved ones? Would you? I mean, would you? Because right now, for me, I mean, I think it's kind of exciting. My book is off the chain right now. I don't even know where it's going to go. But if your life isn't off the chain, what are you doing with life? You just going through the steps? Is that going to be a bestseller? Is your life a bestseller? I know, mine may not be. Mine's one of those things. It's a work in art or a work in progress right now. But by the time my book and story has been told, it's going to be a bestseller. And I want you to ask yourself, is your book of life, going to be a bestseller, or is it going to be a flop? Today's the day you write that new chapter for your life. Today, not tomorrow, not next week, not 3 years from now. Today is the day you write that new chapter and make your book of life more exciting, more entertaining, and a good story to tell to your family and friends long when you're gone. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Again, how about give me a 5-star review if you can. Makes a big difference, especially on iTunes. When you go to 5-star reviews and you search podcasts, the ones with the more 5-star reviews pull up quicker. It allows me to get noticed by more people. And also share it. Share it. If you know someone that's down and out, busted up, having a bad day, going through some tough times in their life, share an episode. It's easy to do. Go on iTunes, you can share it that way. Go on my Facebook page, you can share those there. Like the Facebook page. But like I said, I enjoy everybody. My book of life is going to be awesome. Make your book of life a bestseller. This is The Positive Side.